Thank you, and good evening, everyone. I just have a few words to say before I present this award to one of Peoria and certainly one of Illinois' finest citizens, and one of the finest members of the greatest generation. Bob, I'm going to say this, but he celebrated his 96th birthday this last week, and he's going strong. I remember my first years as a young Treasury analyst. It was 1975 when I joined CAT. And although I was very, very young and a very junior person in those days, I had the great fortune to watch and learn leadership and how to get our company through tough times. And I was able to watch Bob Gilmore, who went through one of the toughest times as our leader. Bob's legacy at CAT is wide and deep, but we especially recognize his work building and retooling manufacturing facilities around the world, a foundation that we still rely on today. The Gilmore Foundation has made so many lasting contributions to Peoria. One of the most significant is the 70 acres of woods and farmland dedicated to the Children's Home of Peoria, a place for retreat and education. Scott's Place on Taylor Road has never looked better, and Bob deserves all the credit. In fact, Bob, to get in the spirit of the evening, I drove out there this afternoon, and I drove back there and looked at all the development that's happened for children that absolutely don't have anything to look forward to. It's a place with campfires, with orchards, with vegetable gardens, barns, the things that happen in the outdoors. And Bob, it's a tremendous accomplishment that we're all so proud of, and I was very proud of you as I drove back there this afternoon. It's not surprising that Bob would want to preserve land. I know he loves wildlife and the outdoors and has long been an avid duck hunter, which he and I have shared many times in a duck blind. So now it's my great honor to read the Lincoln Laureate citation honoring a man I greatly admire and I call a very close friend. In a lifetime career at Caterpillar, Robert Gilmore launched the company's international endeavors and guided it as president through dark economic times, leaving Caterpillar poised for the success it continues to enjoy today. Mr. Gilmore's history is deeply intertwined with Caterpillar and its headquarters in Peoria, where he was born and raised. Following his high school graduation in 1938, he turned to the company for work and became a beginning apprentice. He has a 50-year pen, I'm ad-libbing, and he's been with Caterpillar 78 years. The company is only 90 years old. During World War II, he left Caterpillar to enlist in the Air Force and flew on 30 missions as a B-17 navigator in Europe, and 5 more humanity missions to Berlin. Upon returning to Caterpillar in 1946, he joined the management and rapidly ascended the ranks, eventually leading the engine plant in East Peoria for 7 years. Caterpillar then sent his family to Grenoble in the south of France, where he led the company's international expansion. Over 5 years, he grew a small, tiny manufacturing plant into a major operation that satisfied market opportunities in Europe, the Middle East, and Africa, and that little plant is still going strong today. In 1968, he returned to Peoria to serve as vice president for Caterpillar's 10 U.S. plants, and in 1977, he was elected president. Just as Mr. Lincoln saw early tests in his presidency, Mr. Gilmore's leadership at Caterpillar faced immediate challenges, and much like Lincoln, he rose to meet them. When the U.S. economy entered a downturn in 1982, Caterpillar suffered massively. He navigated the company through the closure of 11 plants and losses that at times totaled $1 million a day. With steadfast guidance, he led Caterpillar back into the black after 3 years of financial trouble. Since retiring at age 65, he has lent wisdom and charity to many civic groups in Peoria and beyond. His lifetime of yellow-blooded loyalty to Caterpillar generated countless benefits for Peoria and Illinois. The state is a more prosperous place because of his ingenuity and dedication. To receive the Order of Lincoln from Peoria, Illinois, Robert Gilmore.